Good morning, good morning. It's almost 40 degrees out. What a night and day difference. Oh, I love it. It's actually a Sunday and kind of rare, but we see them a little more often. We got a Sunday burial, so we got to head to the cemetery and cover a grave. I know it always makes it hard, but we got to do our job and we're going to go do it well. Hopefully the cemetery, it shouldn't be too sticky yet, but we want to get it covered before the heat starts making the grass on top a little bit filmy. That way we can have it done and get back home. It's so nice to be able to go out in the cemetery and not have to put on 20-30 pounds worth of clothing. Almost 40 degrees now. A couple days ago out here when we were digging, it was like 12 degrees. In the night times, well, a couple days before that, it was minus 10 or something for the high with wind chills 30 to 40 below zero. So I'm just glad to see a little warm up. I'm gonna check here, make sure everything's all right, and then we're gonna get the skid loader, start bringing dirt, get this filled back in. This was the grave that took us almost 4 hours to dig. It was like a rock. And I tell you what, we probably got, and I don't like to show inside the hole. That's kind of to me, I'd just rather not, I guess, for respect of the family and the loved ones. But just looking at the vault, digging this hole, we maybe have 3 inches to spare. I would say that's very, very, very close. But the main thing is everything went down using the groundhog, the grave digger. It is a beautiful square hole. I mean, it is perfect. Maybe someday when we have a family that we know really well, I've had a few families that we've done graves for, and then they're like, oh, I wish you would have showed more. It meant so much to us. But there again, I didn't talk to them personally. I'm not gonna shock a family or something. But maybe someday if I have a family, say, hey, we would really like you to film a bunch of what's going on out there. That's our loved one. We're okay with it. Then I guess I can show in the hole, and then maybe we can set up too and show how the vault man sets up, how the vault man lowers everything down. More of what we do behind the scenes here at the cemetery, and just mainly want to kind of show what kind of stuff elements and stuff that we as the diggers put up with. And you know, as with any job, we have hurdles we got to figure out, things we got to, and I think every job has its challenges, and out here at the cemetery we have every element to deal with, and a lot of different stones, different areas, different hills. Sometimes we get out here and it's like, how are we going to do that? But somehow it seems like we always get it done. This cemetery here, quite a few years ago, we actually had a grave cave off when we were digging. Our grave digger flipped over. We actually had to move 11 stones to get our equipment in there to get things back up. It was a long night, and then I remember after that we actually had another grave to go dig, and it was miserable cold out, but everything on our grave digging machine was okay. Been a couple little things, minor. We were able to get it going yet. Boom, off to another cemetery. Very long night, but you do it. You do it for the families and funeral homes, and kind of like the light men out there working in the middle of a storm to get us power if the lines go down. They do it and they get the job done. Let's get things set up so we can cover this up. Nice thing about using the grave digger, and we dug this grave a couple days ago, the dirt is like potting soil. It is very, very mellow. Some of the chunks are a little bit frozen today, but still not too bad. But this grave, once the spring rains come, she's gonna settle a lot. So come springtime, we'll have to come back and retouch this up. But that's minor. Meantime, we want to make it look nice. There again, I try to make the top flat, so when we get rains, it will help push it down. If it's curved, the water runs off of it. Mainly want to try to make it look as pretty as we can. if a guy just takes his time, works with the dirt, you can really make things look really nice. And like I said, you know, families come out to the cemetery, and if they know you're trying hard and care, they're going to understand if there's a little issue. But if we did every grave and just did not care, made things look horrible, the word's going to spread fast. And that's one thing we really try to keep our name good, excellent rating, so when people know if something goes wrong out here, totally out of our control, they know as soon as the weather's back to normal or the situations where we can take care of that matter, boom, it's taken care of. So it's like easier now to try to do the grave, make things look really, really nice. And we do know come springtime, she's going to settle probably a good foot or so with some of the frozen chunks in there. But we left a bunch of the real good dirt down there that's potting soil, so when it dries up, we can take that dirt and run around the cemetery and touch up graves, make them look nice. We have to seed that one yet come springtime. So we try to write notes down to remember these. And I don't know, like I said, we've done this for a long time, and a lot of the people around here know us and stuff. And even if there's something that don't quite go right on a grave that I may not think's right, I go ahead and call the guys that mark this graves for us at the cemetery, the board members or something, so they know, hey, Eddie Cornstar called, DC called, said that this is an issue, but he's going to take care of it, and this is a reason why that maybe he had to leave a little bit messy, because maybe there was water standing in the area and he didn't want to tear everything up, because, you know, sometimes you drive by 4 days later after a funeral and everything looks dry. They may not. So that's why I do it. I just try to keep everybody in the loop what's going on, and just be honest about it. One thing I forgot to mention too, a lot of times when we're running around here in the cemeteries and stuff, I do want to let the families know that we've had the honor to open the graves for your loved ones, friends, family. I want you to know we always think about the love and care that we're doing for your friends, loved one, family, spouse, grandma, grandpa, whatever. We do it with honor, and I just want to give every one of you guys a big thank you for letting us be the ones that kind of make the home for your loved one. And if there's ever anything that doesn't look right, or something that's maybe got messed up that we didn't catch or something, please do call the funeral home that you worked through. They will gladly get back hold of me, or if you know and if you know me personally, call me, because we do care. And sometimes we may miss something, and we just want the families to know we are here to do our job, to do what you hired us to do. And we do not ever get upset when somebody calls and say, hey, DC, the corner of my loved one sunk a foot. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Sometimes we have, waiting for the right conditions to cover it up, like the springtime when things are wet, sticky, frozen yet. If we take that dirt, put it in that hole and pack it in, it's going to make concrete, and it probably won't grow grass for a while. But we always try to explain it to the family, the reason why. But sometimes, like I said, something settled and we did not know about it. It might have been a nice rain. So we do never get upset when somebody calls us and say, hey, you know, just present it the way it is. And we know when somebody passes away, it is a very touching moment, and we understand that 100%. Well, with that, we're going to call it a day. I'm going to head home. I'm getting hungry, but we just want to make sure everything's done right, and talk to you guys later.